Hey mathletes, in this video we're going to look at solving systems of linear equations by substitution. So remember, when you solve something, you find the value of the variable that makes the equation true. So if I put a number in for x, a number in for y, if it makes it true, it's the solution. So if I have a system with more than one equation, it needs to be the values that you plug into both equations that make them both true. So when we solve a system by substitution, we have two equations. We want one of them to be solved for a variable. So we should say x equals or y equals. In this case, we have y equals x minus 4, which means into the second equation, instead of writing y, we can write x minus 4. When you substitute into the other equation, you want to make sure you put it into parentheses just in case there's any distribution. Then you're going to solve for the variable. In this case, x is 7. Substitute that back into the other equation to find the second variable. So in this case, our solution would be x is 7, 3. And if we plug 7 and 3 back into both of these, 7 plus 3 is 10, and 7 minus 4 is 3. So it's true. So remember, we want to substitute one thing back into the second equation. So in this case, we have x equals, so that means this negative y, I'm going to substitute into this first equation instead of writing x. So I'm going to have two parentheses, negative y plus 3y equals 2. 2 times negative y is negative 2y plus 3y equals 2. So negative 2y and 3y are like terms. So negative 2 of something plus 3 of something, you're left with 1 of something. So in this case, y equals 2. So we have half of our solution. Now we need to know what x is. Luckily, we know that x is negative y. So negative parentheses 2, so x equals negative 2. So the solution to this system of equations is negative 2, 2. So in this case, we have two lines in slope-intercept form. So this means if this y is 2x minus 5, that means this y here is also 2x minus 5. So when we write the equation out, we have 2x minus 5 equals 1/2 x plus 10. Now it's simply a matter of solving an equation with the variable on both sides. So to start solving it, we want to add 5 to both sides, because that's the opposite of minus 5. So 2x equals 1/2 x plus 15. So then we want to subtract 1/2 x from both sides. 2 minus 1/2 is just 3/2. I'm going to leave it as a fraction. And since it's 3 over 2 times x, we're going to divide by 3 over 2. When you divide by a fraction, you're going to flip it and multiply. So x is 10. So if x is 10, we just want to plug 10 back into one of these two equations. It doesn't matter which one. So if y is 1/2 x plus 10, that means y is 1/2 10 plus 10. So 1/2 of 10 is 5. And 5 plus 10 is 15. So the solution to this is 10, 15. We're going to do one more example, because sometimes, even though the equation is supposed to be solved for x or y, sometimes they ask you to solve it by substitution when it's not. So all we want to do in this case is take the equation x plus y equals 15 and solve it for the easiest variable, in this case, y. We just want to add x to both sides. So y equals x plus 15. Now that we know that y is x plus 15, in this second equation, instead of writing y, I can write x plus 15. So we're going to have 5x plus 8 parentheses x plus 15 equals 16. So we want to make sure we distribute. So 5x plus 8x plus 120 equals 16. So combine the like terms, so 5x and 8x, so 13x plus 120 equals 16. So now we're just solving the equation for x. So let's subtract 120. Minus 120 is negative 104. So 13x equals negative 104. Just divide by 13. So x is negative 8. So all we need to do now is plug negative 8 in for x and then solve for y. So we know that y is just x plus 15. So I know if I plug negative 8 in for x, y is negative 8 plus 15. So y has to be 7. And again, to check this, we just plug 7 in for y, negative 8 in for x, and both of these equations should be true. So negative 8, comma 7 is your solution.